I'm going to go through the hitting part of it today. Just a couple things. There is a difference between a baseball and a softball swing. It's proven science that for every foot you're closer, it's 3 miles an hour faster, the pitch is. So if you take a girl, average pitcher at the varsity level throws 55, 56, and you get your 17 feet closer than baseball, that's 51 miles an hour faster. That's like facing somebody who's throwing 105 to 110 miles an hour. Our swing has to be quicker and shorter and more compact. So there is a difference. And we're going to go through, before the pitcher is ready, before we step in the box, things that we do to start out with. The first thing we want to talk about is a lot of baseball guys, you'll see they talk about their knuckles like this. And their knuckles, you know, these line up with these. And you'll see what happens naturally is my elbows go up in the air. And that's why baseball people look more like this, and they have a long looping swing. Well, we can't do that. So the first thing we have to do is get the girls to naturally relax their elbows, and you'll see that these knuckles are now lined up. So we went from here to here. This makes our bat much quicker through the hitting zone. So the first thing you got to do is get the girls to line these knuckles up. Now, you'll notice that I'm hanging onto the bat with my fingers. The girls should be able to take the bat just like this and show me your palms. And if they're not, if they're hanging on the bat like this, they can't show your palms. So you got to get the fingers around the bat. All right? We talk all the time about the relaxed position. That just means leaving the bat, lay on our shoulder, and we're not doing anything. So this is what we call relaxed position. Now what we do when we step in the box is we want to be wider than our shoulders. So we don't want to be like this because we are not striding when we hit. This is not what we do. And we don't really want people way out like this. This should be naturally wider than your shoulders. Hitting a softball is a very athletic thing to do. If you look at the other sports, if you're shooting a free throw, very athletic when they shoot. If you're playing linebacker or defensive back in football, they're like this. They're very athletic. We have to be in the same position for hitting. So we're wider than our shoulders. We want to lean at the waist a little bit. I'll turn this way a little bit now so you can see it. We want to lean at the waist, and that automatically puts the weight on the balls of our feet. We don't want to be on our heels up like this. Just lean forward, and now the weight, I can wiggle my heels. Our knees got to be slightly bent. You know, we don't want this, but we don't want standing here either. Nice athletic position. So that's what we do as we step in the box before the pitcher's ready. Then, as the pitcher gets ready to deliver, we get ready to hit. So we're going to talk about loading, triggering, toe touching. Those are all things we do as the pitcher's getting ready to deliver. Depending how fast they are, you might do it right when she starts moving. If they're really slow, you might wait until the ball's coming out of her hand before you do this. So here's how it looks. We're set, we're relaxed. The pitcher starts to get ready to throw. I'm going to load my hands up. You notice it's a nice, gradual, relaxed motion up. So the bat goes back and up to here. Should be right by our back shoulder here. So we load like this. All right? At the same time we do that, we're toe touching or triggering, and we're telling our body that, hey, we're about to do something. Hopefully within about 2 seconds, we're going to swing at the ball. So it should look like this. If you watch my heel here, I'll do it both ways. When I load, I toe touch. So I actually lift that foot up a little bit and come down, and now you'll see my heel is in the air. That's how we want to be as we're waiting for the pitch to come. All right, I'm going to give you a couple of things that you can check your hitters on to make sure they're in the right position. They should be able to take the bat, put it like this, grab their fingers, and when they load to hit, that bat should be level or slightly down. You're going to see a lot of them. If it starts to tilt backwards, that means we got to get this elbow back down. So it should look like this when they're done, level or slightly down. Two things we're going to check on when they get into the hitting position: 90 degrees. They should have a 90 at their elbow to forearm right here, and when you get to the bat, you should have another 90. So it would look like this if I'm doing it right. Hopefully that looks pretty good. Now you get some kids that might take the bat back too far. The bat like this, and you'll see there's no 90 degree in that elbow anymore. Well, how do you get it back? Well, I just bring my hands back forward. Well, there's my 90. All right? They might have their hands too high. and you don't have a 90. Oh, there's my 90 again. And the other 90 is here. You'll see some kids that go back like this and then lay the bat back. How do I get my 90 back? Oh, there it is. Or they wrap it around their neck. That's not a 90. Get it back. So tell them just constantly check for 2 90s. Okay, let's take a break. Okay, I want to talk about one thing that really helps a lot of hitters, young and old, to show them how, you know, the hitting is all one thing. It's not just arms, it's not just legs, the whole body moves together. Most people know how to throw a frisbee. You just take a frisbee and you tell them to throw a frisbee, and they throw the frisbee. And you'll notice how they don't go like this, they don't go like this, their whole body moves. And that's what hitting's like. My whole body moves. Another thing is with this hand here, when we were kids, we used to skip rocks. Well, what do you do when you skip a rock? You get right down here, and our whole body moves when we throw. All right? So if you put those two together, that's what hitting is right there. I'm throwing a frisbee, and I'm skipping a rock. And my whole body moves naturally together. That's what we want to try to get the kids to look like. All right, we're actually going to go into the swing now. So I'm going to get in the box. I'm set. I'm in my relaxed position. Load, toe touch, trigger, and now here comes the pitch. So the first thing that happens is you're going to hear people talk about linear and rotational, and I don't really like to mention that because it should be natural and both are happening at the same time. So we're here comes the pitch, I decide to swing. I am going to push slightly forward, and my heel is going to go back down, and then the rotational part stuff. So linear and rotational, here it comes. And I turn, and I want to try to get my belly button facing the pitcher. Now, you'll notice I'm going to do that again. Watch my hands. My hands have not moved yet. Here I am. Here it comes. I'm going to swing. My hands have not moved yet. Now I get to here. Now my bat is in the hitting zone. We want to keep here as long as we can. Now, we throw the frisbee and skip a rock and try to keep that bat in that hitting zone as long as we can. And then when we finish our swing, hopefully extend through the zone, then our wrists just naturally roll over and finish. Wrists have nothing to do with hitting a ball. If you watch anybody, slow motion, they're coming through the zone like this, the ball hits and comes off the bat, and our wrists haven't moved. This is where hitting comes. This is why we want to extend and keep the bat here as long as we can through the hitting zone. If you see some people who are wrist hitters, they hit the ball foul hard all the time. Here's home plate. You can see that, I hope. If you watch the people that extend their arms out and hit with the wrist, they're like this. Their hands are way out here like this. Now, if I'm going to hit that inside pitch, what do I have to do? Quickly snap my wrist over, and right about now, I'm making contact. And I'm hitting the ball 30 feet foul. Hitting her hard, but it's foul every time. We have to be able to hit that inside pitch and keep it fair. So we always have, our hands are always inside the ball when we swing because we're throwing a frisbee and skipping a rock. So I'm going to try to show you what the swing will look like from this angle here. So I load, toe touch, here it comes. I turn, get that bat in the hitting zone, extend through, and hit. All right? Now that obviously would have been a high pitch. You saw my shoulders fairly level. Nothing changes from the waist to the belly button, you know, right down the middle of the plate where we want it. You're going to see that my shoulders naturally tilt just a little bit. So I'm here. All that happens is I'm tracking the ball into here. I turn, my shoulders will naturally tilt a little bit, and I extend through that zone. Now, if you watch my head, you'll see, tell the girls if they're really watching the ball, their chin's kind of by the shoulder, and when they're done, now it's by the other shoulder. If their head's coming out like this, they can't see the ball very good. We got to see the ball. If you can see the ball, you're going to hit it. Now we're going to hit a low pitch, and nothing's going to change except my shoulders are going to rotate even a little bit more, or dip, I should say. So here I am, and I watch the pitch is coming down low. All I do is turn my shoulders, and here it is right at the knees. I extend through that zone and finish in the same place. That's what the swing should look like. Now, as they get older and more developed, most of us can hit the ball down the middle. So pitchers don't try to throw the ball down the middle. We have to learn to hit the four corners just like the pitcher's trying to pitch the four corners. So you want to be able to bat 300 when the pitcher's hitting the four corners. So when we practice our swing, don't just let the kids stand there and practice right down the middle every time. That's not going to get the ball there very often. We can hit that one anyways. So high and inside. I load. Here it comes. I turn hard, and extend through the zone. You can see I can hit that inside pitch, inside high. Now they're going to throw me low and inside. Load, trigger, toe touch, here it comes. I see it coming. I drop here and hit that inside pitch, and you see I'm going to hit that ball right over shortstop's head. Now hide outside. This is the only time on an outside pitch where your hands do slightly move out away from you a little bit, because obviously the ball is outside. And we always teach our girls that on an outside pitch, you normally don't swing hard, as hard as you do an inside pitch. And we don't, you might only have like a 3/4 swing. I don't fall through all the way. So I load, toe touch, here it comes. I recognize it's coming outside. I watch it come in, and I make contact here, and I might stop my swing right here. So all I do is make contact and here and watch the ball go out to right field. So I stop my swing here instead of coming all the way around. Now we're going to hit low and outside, toughest pitch to hit. Here it comes, I got to wait, turn, make contact here, watch the ball go right field, try to finish right out here. So it's a short, compact swing. If you ever watch Ryan Braun for the Brewers play, watch a lot of his home runs. He doesn't uncork himself in the ground. They're very controlled swings, and a lot of times he stops right here, and he hits the ball hard. We're going to have Amy and Connie now actually grab a bat and take some swings, and I'm just going to watch them and possibly make a few adjustments to see if we can get their swing, 100% how we're trying to do it. So we'll go ahead and have them get set. You notice that they're checking their knuckles to make sure their knuckles are lined up and it's in their fingers. All right. So. I'm going to have Amy just face the camera and load again. The only thing I would tell Amy is go ahead and she loads. Now if she does her check, she does not have a 90 here anymore. So I'd have her bring the bat this way just a little bit. So I think she's taking the bat back too far and losing her 90. All right, that's the only comment I would make on her getting ready. You look pretty good. Yeah. Okay, let's actually swing. So we load and swing. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Now hit a low pitch, so make sure our shoulders tilt to get that low pitch. Good. See, they're both finishing high. Good. If you swing down at the ball, you're going to pound the ball into the ground, hit ground balls. Our shoulders are tilting, and now we're going to hit line drives and maybe some home runs on low pitches. All right, looks pretty good. One more time, you notice both of them are rotating and their belly buttons are facing the pitcher when they're done. Okay. Looks good. All right, I just want to show you one drill that works really good in the gym or outside, any place you got a wall or you have a fence to help the kids make sure their hands are staying inside. I really didn't show it over there, but when you watch, when I take a swing, a lot of times the bat is only about, maybe not even covering the whole plate sometimes because my hands are inside, especially on the inside pitch. So this is a drill here, back to the belly button. You walk up, make them touch the net or the wall, and get in their stance. Now they can take the bat up here, all right? So we load, toe touch, here it comes, I turn, 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 turn. Now I'm gonna throw that Frisbee, and you can see I miss the wall. All right, I hit a low pitch, here it is here. I drop here, turn, and I miss the wall or miss the net, whatever we're swinging at. If they cast their hands out like we don't want, you're gonna see this. And that's a bad sign because now our hands are out here. So it's a very good drill at keeping right in here and then extending through the zone when they hit. Okay, we're gonna go through a drill I hope every team has. This is called the hit stick. I believe this is one of the best things ever made. I think it's a lot better than a tee because every time you hit the ball off the tee, you got to go chase it. This here, you just keep putting it there and they keep swinging. You get a lot of swings in a quick hurry. So we want to be a good partner. If we start some practice swings down the middle, you usually want to hit the ball right in front of our hip, so right about here. So I don't want to hold it way out here, and I don't want to hold it back here because the one down the middle, we're supposed to hit right about here. So I want to hold it right there for it to hit. All right, now if we're going to hit an inside pitch, She's got to hit it farther out in front of her, and you notice you got that bat laying on the ground there. That's what you have to try to remember in your head. So if I'm going to hit inside pitch, I move it inside, but I move the ball out here so she can hit that inside pitch. Now remember, don't extend through, Connie. Extend. Arms out, nope, not wrist. Extend, like that. That's how you keep the bat on the hitting zone and inside pitch. Now, if you're going to hit the outside pitch, we got to let it travel deeper. So back by our belly button here on the outside corner, and now she can throw her hands out and hit the outside pitch. All right. So be a good partner. Remember this angle right here. That's where we want to keep the hit stick at. So we'll let her hit one down the middle. So she loads, toe touch, hits. All right. Give her another one there. Good. I'm going to tell her I'm going to make her hit an inside pitch. Now she's got to turn even harder, but I stick the ball way out here. So she turns, extends through the zone, just like that. All right, try another one there. Extend. Good. Now we're going to hit one to right field. She's got to let the ball travel deep by her belly button. Now she just shoots it out to right field, out there. All right. After they get better at this and they're making solid contact, the swing looks good, remember to go to the four corners. That's what we have to practice hitting the pitcher's pitches. So I'm going to be high and inside, out in front of her, she hit it. I'm going to be low and inside, out in front of her, she hits it. Now high and outside, so she shoots it to right field. And then the hardest pitch there is to hit, low and away. Like that. Good.